really just promoting the album on the press run for the album, rip and run and connect, connecting the dots.
Oh yeah, can you bring the microphone a little closer to you?
Just
How's that, Nick? Is that good?
just connecting the dots for the album out there, trying to make it make sense. That's all.
Yeah, so kind of just networking in different states and whatnot.
Yeah.
Talk about how important that is, man. A lot of people just promote in the state or the city that they're in, but you got to get out there a little bit.
Yeah. You got to move around. You got to broaden your fan base outside of the city.
How is it though when you go somewhere where people might not have heard your sound yet, and it's a totally different sound in each city, and you got to put yourself out there?
I mean, for the most part, that's just come with being versatile. You
Mhm.
know, you gotta be able to go on any beat, any type of flow, any type of rap, fast, slow. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really hard to blend in if you really a good artist.
When you're out into a different city like Chicago or LA or anything like that, and you say you're from Detroit, do you feel like a present? Do you feel like a vibe change? Do you feel like oh damn, okay, we respect that city type feeling?
Yeah, I done been a couple places like Iowa, Atlanta, all over for real. But they always go show utmost respect to Detroit just off of the tradition and basically the roots that we come from. But you know what I'm saying? That's just something that we got to keep going, and they respect us because of how real we is and how authentic we is.
Yeah, that's the number one thing about Detroit is as real as it gets, right?
Yeah,
The
for sure.
people, the culture, the music, everything. It really comes from the heart. There's real passion behind it. Talk about your artistry itself. When did you start making music?
I started making music on the studio bass probably like in 2017, around 2017.
Okay, that's kind of when a lot of stuff was really igniting. Social media was becoming more relevant. There was more infrastructure in the scene, and people were finding Detroit music a little easier.
Yep. I started around. I started around when the scene it was starting to take off when all the city platforms like the Hip Hop Lab and everybody was forming they brand trying to take off. That's when I, you know what I'm saying, started basically.
So you came in just at the right time, pretty much.
Yeah, right at the right time.
Have you been? Do you feel like you've been consistent throughout, or did you take some breaks?
I took a couple breaks. You know what I'm saying? It get hard as an independent artist funding it and putting it out the right way, and especially when you put it out wrong the first couple years, and then you learn how to put it out the right way. So you got to reset everything and then go about putting it out the right way. So yeah, I took a couple breaks. But the thing about me, when I take breaks, I always come back stronger. So it'd be like I didn't even go nowhere.
Yeah. Where do you feel like your music comes from? How do you feel like you've generated the lyrics and the style that you come out with?
Really, bro, just speak from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Or based on situations that I go through, real life situations that I may have memories about, or stuff that I done seen. I just put it in the rhymes, make it make sense.
Does growing up in Detroit help to generate that content? Does living in the city kind of help make the music?
Yeah, definitely, because it's like you a rapper before you even know you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us was in school. Like, I remember being in elementary in talent shows and at the lunch tables, and we were just playing around. So we all was like already artists in our own way. But once everybody got grown and learned that we could really put it together, make a business out of it, and be basically legit with it, that's when everybody started taking it serious.
Yeah, especially because at a certain point, up until now, kind of ish, you couldn't just be a rapper for real. Because think about it, in like 2000 or like, from the late 80s to the 90s to the early 2000s, like there was no social media or really way for an independent person to really pop off and become hugely successful.
Yeah, exactly. They definitely got it way easier now, because I started like in the transition before the streaming, but it was streaming. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first started, I was like selling hard copies at the liquor stores and out my trunk. I was really like on some Dr. Dre shit at first. But then when I seen the streaming ordeal come into play, that's when I just like transformed over, because I seen everybody else doing it. So I'm like, fuck, I'm about to go with this streaming gig.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel like it's kind of a lost thing to see people selling CDs. You see it here and there, maybe, but now it's like USB sticks. Not even for real. Remember, USB sticks were like a minute. That was happening for like a quick minute, and I think even that kind of extinguished too. Like, it was kind of no point. We're all on our phones now.
Yeah,
like,
yep.
So it's kind of a different time. You wonder what the next fucking wave might be, bro. Like, you wonder what the next wave people communicating music is gonna be. TikTok's taking over, bro.
Some fucking flying headphones that can play their own song or something, man. That type technology going on, they be coming out with some shit, man.
I was seeing some shit where they're gonna start advertising the sky, bro. Like, literally projections will hit the sky somehow, and like literally you'll see advertisements in the sky. That's some shit I'm scared about, because I'm like, I'm just trying to see the sky, bro. I'm trying to see some clouds. I'm trying to see the sun. Yeah. I'm not trying to see top 100 Billboard right now. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's believable, man. It's believable. I mean, I believe they control the weather and a lot of other shit they don't tell us about. It ain't no way in hell it can be 90 degrees in Detroit one day, and then the next day it's 17. Like, come on, y'all done hit a knob or something. Y'all done turn something down, man. Be for real, you know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like an ordeal here. Like, you gotta wake up and you don't know what to put on. One day you come outside in some shorts. Next day you looking crazy outside of some shorts. Everybody looking at you crazy. Like,
I walk outside of my house, I'll have a jacket on, and then when I realize it's like 70 degrees, I'll be like, what the fuck? Every time I'm like, bitch, it was supposed to be 30 today. Like, what happened? Then
they be lying, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. These newscasters don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
They don't know for real. They just be saying anything. They be going based off yesterday. It was hot yesterday. It's hot today. Yeah. Till that rain or that snow hit.
Yeah, exactly. We were supposed to have like a whole snowstorm this weekend. Nothing fucking happened. There's literally nothing fucking happened. Talk a little bit about, obviously, everybody who comes on here always talk about Detroit because, you know, people kind of take it the wrong way when I say, what was your life like growing up? Because it doesn't mean, was there some shit that had to go wrong, but how did it help you become who you are?
Growing up, you know, it was cool growing up because I made the most I could out of my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? My mom, I stayed in a single family household, so she was the type that let us go out and choose our own endeavors and what we chose to get into. And if we got in trouble and went to jail or anything like that, she told us we had one time she was coming to get us. That was it. But
she gave you one chance.
Yeah, just one chance. That was it. She only bailed me out one time. After that, I had to phone a friend, phone an auntie or something. She wasn't coming. But you know what I'm saying? I really made the most of my environment, bro. So everything that I needed on top of playing sports, really gave me the outlets that I already needed before the music. Because before all of us was making music, everybody was playing sports, going to different high schools. We was going to different parties back in the day, Club 52, St. Andrews. So everybody knew everybody already. It just so happened that Detroit just turned into like a Hollywood rap scene over a year. So it was like everybody started rapping. So yeah, people I see that made music, I already knew them. So basically.
Can you talk about some of the people that you were around that were coming up in the music scene?
I don't want to leave nobody out. But,
okay, yeah.
I grew up with a couple people. I grew up with a couple members from Band Gang. I went to high school with a few of them boys, Free Sweats. Man, couple people.
Yeah, Band Gang did a lot of work in the city, though, man. Like, they're still highly notable and stuff like that. And when you talk about groups, it's still one of the most significant groups in Detroit.
Yeah, they definitely set a tone. They set the tone on a higher level for like the younger artists that was trying to get in at the time, because they was already younger than most of us. We already thought they was older than what they was. So you would look at them and be like, damn, these niggas getting, you know what I'm saying? They'd make you want to get some money, but they were so young. It's like, nigga, I had to get some money. Like, nigga, these young niggas out here tripping, nigga. We 2, 3, 4 older, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I grew up with them boys. Shout out to them. And
it's crazy, like, when you see the younger guys making it happen, because it's like some people will be like, damn, we've been doing it for so long. But maybe because when you're younger too, you know, you're hip with everything that it takes to make it because of the marketing and the social media and all that shit. Not to say that that's what based upon, but it makes it easier when you're in tune with that shit. Some of the guys who've been working forever, like they just figured out about social media, like what the fuck is this shit? Just like TikTok is one of those things. Remember when rappers were posting on TikTok and a lot of people were like, that's whack? Like you shouldn't. Like, now everybody's fucking doing it. Doesn't matter how big you are. I mean, I've just made a fucking a TikTok. Now it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? All the things that we kind of push away to promote ourselves because we think it's like whack or goofy or whatever ended up being the thing that made people successful. Do you look at it like that a little bit, or do you use all the social media marketing to your advantage, or do you kind of still want the raw handshakes and everything like that?
Man, I use anything to my ability to try to get this shit in the right ear. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's anything that I know how to utilize myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of hard trying to learn how to work everything on your own when you're independent. So I just take what I know how to use and what worked for me, and then once I see it work, I intensify it. Yeah. And then once I intensify it and it worked well again, now I'm a triple now. And I just keep using the same antics, you know what I'm saying? Over the time, I learned new stuff that I could do. But for the most part, I just stick to what I know that's been working.
Well, talk about your album, how it came together, what kind of motivated you to put it together, and just talk about the timeline of developing it as well.
Hustler, not rapper, it came from really me hustling, and sometimes I forget that I even rap because I'd be letting the fans down, like my youngest in the hood and my family, you know what I'm saying? They'd be coming to me like, you ain't dropping no music, what's going on? And I'd be in the midst of hustling, doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, damn, I forgot I got to hit the studio and come out with an album. But that just come from, sometimes you don't think people listening, but really they is, you know what I'm saying? And you got to keep going. But that's how the name came about, Hustler, Not Rapper. It's coming out January 12th, which is going to be on my birthday, my 28th birthday.
Yeah.
Trapaholics going to host it. Trapaholics mixtapes, they going to host it and produce it.
Can you talk about any of the songs on there? Did you throw any features on it? And talk about some of the producers you worked with and who helped collaborate with the project?
As far as artists on there, like features, I got my gang on there, you know what I'm saying? Like guys that I know from my neighborhood. I ain't really got no major big features on this one. Just more so me, my sound. You know what I'm saying? I got to a point where I was just comfortable and I just felt like I can go in there with my voice and impact. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no big guy. I can be the big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I respect that, man. That's pretty, a lot of people aren't taking that approach right now, and it's like it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I done definitely been in situations where I tried it. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple features with artists. I ain't gonna name them. I got a couple features with artists that
unreleased or released.
Release.
Okay.
Release. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it be a situation. It be a smoke and mirror. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a situation where you think it's gonna benefit you, but it gotta actually benefit you.
Yeah.
It gotta be a genuine situation. It can't be no this person trying to just get something out of you and you just trying to get something out of that person. It just gotta be y'all come together. We really trying to make a good song to take off.
Yeah, because you gotta look at like Pac-Man and Sada Baby, right? When they came out with Joe Exotic, after that, feature prices go through the roof. Oh, that's all it takes. I just need to get a feature from one of these two guys, and it's like that's not how it works. There's 1,000 people who have features from major artists, and it doesn't benefit you. And what you're saying is you have to go based upon if it makes sense or not. If the music makes sense.
Yeah, if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I done reached out to Sada. You know what I'm saying? That's through the grapevine, quote unquote, sort of like family. You know what I'm saying? So I done reached out to him. I'm a true believer in if it's gonna happen, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen.
Is there any sound that you do see from an artist that you would be like, okay, you know what, that's a feature, or that's a collaboration I would want to be a part of? Is there any artist that you look at like our sounds would work together?
I mean, I look at all of them like that.
Really?
Yeah, I look at all of them like that because we all talking about the same shit. You know
Real.
what I'm saying? We all talking about the same shit. We all doing the same shit. We all from the same places, then seen the same blocks, fuck the same hoes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro. Like, you can go in there and talk about the same shit I can go in there and talk about. So it's a friendly competition now when we doing it like that. When we just coming like, nigga, you go in there and say, I'm right behind you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go. For real.
Yeah. When you get to get this far along, you know, since 2017, you've been working, you've been trying to make things happen. Do you feel like you're getting the reciprocation you deserve at this point?
I can't say I'm getting the reciprocation that I deserve, but I mean, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the type that sit up and complain. I'd rather work harder because I don't want the fans to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to get the idea that I'm a crybaby or nothing because I understand the sport that we in. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get their time. Everybody get their turn. And excuse my language, the people who don't quit is the ones who gonna get their chance. A lot of people gonna fall down out the line, and that's what's gonna give you your next step up. So you just gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they ain't got it in them to keep going.
Yeah, I forget what football player said it, man. He was like, luck to me is all about me putting in 99% effort and then that one day where something just comes about. Like, that preparation for that moment is what makes luck work. Luck doesn't just work by itself.
Yeah.
So you prepare for it. And if you quit too early, your lucky day could have been the next day. You could have had your big break the next day, and how you handled it, you know, that's based upon you. Do you feel like you've had any moments substantial enough where you can look at it and be like, that was my moment, kind of, or do you feel like that hasn't come about yet?
I don't know. I just got played on the radio, and you know, back in the day, that used to be like a hype thing. You get played on the radio, everybody jumping around. Man, I was asleep when my shit got played on the radio, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but it kind of made me feel good because the impact that it gave me off other people, like, because they was riding around listening to it. Like, nigga, you was on the radio. So
Why'd you fall asleep? Did you not know it was coming on?
Man, I think I knew it was coming on, and I was sitting up blowing, bro. I'm sitting up blowing. I done got so high I fell asleep like 30 minutes before it came on. Woke up mad as hell, and I went to the studio recording and shit.
Yeah. Damn, it's like one of those moments every rapper waits for, but getting people reaching out to you saying, yo, we heard you still matters a lot too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Have you ever caught people bumping your music?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell
Bro, yeah, that has to be. I walked
my young niggas walk through the hood. I catch one of my youngins walking through the hood with the phone to their ear.
Yeah.
Playing me. Like, they'd walk down on me and they'd walk up to the car like, yo, I'm listening to you right now, look.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be the type of stuff that motivate me to keep going. Cause I'm like, I got people really like looking at me that's getting motivated off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What you kind of said earlier too, like, if you're busy living you're busy living your lifestyle that equates to better music being made, it makes you not even a rapper, kind of, because you're just speaking what's happening, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's what lead me back to the album name, Hustler Not Rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm just basically saying I'm a hustler first. Rap is another hustle for me. You know what I'm saying? This is just a hustle that can give me millions. But I got other shit that I can be good in life off of, so I'm not really chasing it to the point I lose myself or really gotta do like hate on somebody or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting out good music. People gonna fuck with it. The time, whenever they tell me they not fucking with it, I'll stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you get like 100 hate comments and not one fucking like person that fucks with you back, maybe it's time to throw in the towel. No, you know what's worse than that is if you just don't get shit back. Like, if nobody says shit, that's like the worst feeling for sure, bro. Because you'll see that on Say Cheese sometimes, even though they block me.
I ain't gonna lie, it was like that. My bad, bro.
Oh no, go ahead.
It was like that for me for a minute though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I first started, I ain't gonna act like I just came and this shit taking over, going crazy. I took some time. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, people used to, like you say, they just didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
They ain't want to tell me it was bad. They ain't want to tell me it was good. But now they'll tell me. They'll be like, yeah, this shit you talking now fire.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you first started, nigga, that shit was kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'd be like, I already knew. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you would know. You would know your people and your environment. They going to be the first to know because they really on YouTube. They really listening to you. You know
Yeah, and there's no bullshit allowed. I was just
Yeah.
talking to my boy about that in Detroit, especially. Like, there's like a filter. I don't know. Like, I really don't know where this filter system came from. It's just totally organic, but there is no bullshit that gets let into Detroit. If it's bad music, like it's actually bad music, it's not just gonna. You're not gonna walk in.
Yeah.
People make fun of Cluner and shit like that, and the thing about Cluner is like he's getting high amounts of engagement from people from Detroit, outside of Detroit, all around. So at the end of the day, that's what success looks like. You know, regardless of people saying it's good music or bad music or whatever it is, when you get engagement, you have a fan base. You have a fan base at the end of the fucking day. But you can't just have it. It has to come. You can't buy it. You know?
I mean, as long as you good in the skin you in, bro, can't nobody tell you how to make your coins. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But music still supposed to come from an authentic standpoint to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I just did an interview with GMT, and he asked me something similar. But I just feel like music's supposed to come from a kind of authentic standpoint because you leading people on based off what they hearing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be then said something that then led the person the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like let's say you an artist that always talk about going to jail for robbing somebody, but you ain't never robbed nobody. You know what I'm saying? It could be 1,000 people listening to your song that really went and rode on somebody off your song or something like that because of a bar you said. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't never did it. So it's like you steering the community the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? That's why the environment be so fucked up. Because the music, you know what I'm saying, is what we putting in the music and it's who's saying it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, when I was growing up, real gangsters only talk that real gangster shit. And to get money, niggas got money. And the bitch niggas was bitching. You knew who was soft, who was real. It wasn't no intertwine or no fake it or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But times change and you gotta adjust. You can't cry about it or hate on nobody. If shit change. You adjust at all costs.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody on the podcast about Doughboy's Cash Out, and he was like, the reason that they stood out so much is because they were just real street, like, you know, gangsters basically, but they were just making music at the same time. And he's like, there's plenty of people like that, but they just happen to be like, you know, they just happen to be the ones that broke through. There's plenty of people rapping about the life that they actually live, but they just ended up breaking through basically.
I feel like the Doughboys just came at the right time. You know what I'm saying? They came at the right time where the city was hungry for that type of music. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't heard it in so long. It was so many OGs that had told over the city. It wasn't no young group that really was talking that young shit about like fucking females over and trashing the bitch out and getting some money at the same time, talking about work and, you know what I'm saying, all the shit that they'll talk about to get some money. And then seeing that at 13, 14, 15, again, back to what I was saying, you got to think about the perspective it was having on us. We growing up seeing that. So now it's like we the next in line, you know what I'm saying? Not just, and that's young to old, you know what I'm saying? When they music hit the streets back in the day and got played in clubs and shit, like, it was iconic, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no minor shit, bro.
Yeah.
They really had toll on the city. Like, they really had control over their situation at one point in time until they had got in that one situation and whatever happened.
So you feel like it's oversaturated right now about everybody's kind of getting played on these things. Before it was kind of selective of what songs were getting kind of put out there, and if it was probably a hit to some degree, right? And now you kind of can go and listen to almost anything, whether it's a hit or not hit. Like music was more substantial. Like each song was more substantial and impactful. That's kind of like when I look at NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I was just telling my homeboy right here in the back, man, and my other homeboy. They think everything is a hit, or they think some things is a hit, man. I think music is just moving at a rate now where you can't even tell what's a hit.
Man.
It's so much shit out. It's like, this a hit for 2 days. This might be a hit for 3-4 hours for you, and then tomorrow you don't even play it because there's so much coming up.
Bro, I was chilling with this girl the other day, and she was just playing music. I don't listen to mainstream music at all, but she was just playing music. It was like NBA YoungBoy. And I'm sitting there for 20 minutes listening to the song. I'm like, man, when's the song gonna end, bro? And she was like, that was 4 different songs. I'm like, there is no way this shit. Every song sounded exactly the same to some degree. No knock on YoungBoy, but I know it's just like, bro, shit sounds so similar. It's like, yeah, how I look at the views, 100 million views. How the hell did 4 videos that sound exactly the same get 100 million views each? That shit is crazy to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When I listen to like all the old schools, man, even when I used to Bone Thug, like everything sounded fucking substantially different to me. But maybe we just don't have the ear. You ever think like everybody else has the ear for the new wave, and you just maybe I don't have it? Maybe I don't. I'm not catching on to the subtle nuances of what's happening in the music that makes it sound different each track. Or are you like a mainstream head right now and you're catching everything that's going on?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Right now, I'm fucking with Glorilla for real. You know, cap, it's like she get that gangster vibe, but at the same time, she can really rap. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't no girly with it. She'll give you that little gangster vibe, but she a female though. But I mean, if you a real nigga, you're not gonna be thinking like that, bro. Like, oh, I'm listening to a female rapper. I'm fruity or, come on, bro. We grown men. Lyrics is lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I was listening to, I used to listen to Lil' Kim and shit like that back in the day.
Exactly.
I didn't have a problem
Exactly.
with it.
Missy Elliott. And,
Yeah.
come on, man. Listen, go on.
Missy Elliott was like the only female rapper that I wasn't physically attracted to, that her music made me attracted to her. I was like, I would hit that just based off the lyrics.
Just off the video. Just off the video. Just off the dancers in the background in the video. Be like, damn.
But even when you listen to like rappers like Ghetto Boys and shit, if you want to go back a little bit, it's like I felt it. I felt every song more than I feel what's happening nowadays. But I don't know. It's just different times, I guess. When you look at your own music, man, compared to what your audience gave you the most reciprocation versus what song meant to you the most, can you talk about those 2 songs?
The song I got most reciprocation the most, that'd be No Cap. You know what I'm saying? No Cap. It was a long process putting No Cap out because I had shot the video. I did the song, shot the video over a year ago. The video got deleted. I ain't gonna say which photographer.
I already know, but go ahead.
I'm in the video, Gucci down to the flow. $2. I mean, it was a nice video. I was so pissed off that I really said fuck the song for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It kind of discouraged me from putting it out. Long story short, I had took a break in the summer. I was kind of bagging away from the music for a minute because, like I said, I was getting money doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was finding my lane, doing other legit stuff, trying to find another source of income outside of the music.
Yeah.
So, whole summer, everybody asking me, oh, you bullshitting, you ain't drop. I hit them with, okay, what song y'all want me to drop? They come No Cap. I did. That's when I did the one mic with GMT. When I did the one mic with GMT, the bitch took off so crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even know it was gonna do that. I would have been dropped the motherfucker. But yeah, that was ended up getting on the radio. I had Nunu Nails fucking with me from URL. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Smack. What up, Nick?
What'd she do? How'd she reach out?
Shit, really? she commented on the post.
Mm-hmm.
She just hit me with the fire signs, and then from there, I just tapped in with her, and she been promoting my shit with me. You know what I'm saying, on the business side. You know what I'm saying. You know, ain't nothing free. You know what I'm saying, but on the business side, just for somebody to even take Drake follower. You know what I'm saying. So for anybody to even take consideration to even post my shit, for it to even try to get in Drake eye.
Facts, bro.
In front of all the battle rappers, Calico, shit, I had Shotgun Should. You know what I'm saying? I had him on the line to do a feature with me. He, you know what I'm saying, was tapping in with me fluently. We was supposed to do something. I just ain't do nothing with him because I ain't know if his situation in Detroit was cleared up. So I ain't want to jeopardize my whole career before it even, you know what I'm saying, took off. Based off doing the song with him, based off some beef that they had back in the day.
I know what you mean too, cause like it's so weird when I know like I mean since we're kind of talking and shit, like even when you know when T Grizzly and Sada Baby had their thing, and I was really close with Scoop. I mean I am close with Scoop, but there was a thing where it's like, okay, well, you know, you can't work with certain, like you everybody's their own man, but you like you just gotta watch like how you move when you're around certain people or how the city feels about stuff. But now Skilla Baby's working with T, and it's like it just makes you realize like damn, like everybody's their own person. Like just do what the hell you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just weird how stuff works, man. It's really weird.
Yeah, I seen that. You really can't pick a side though.
It's not about picking sides. It's more just about like what benefits it gonna do to, you know, hurt friendships and stuff.
Exactly.
For work. Like that's how I look at it. It's not like I'm fucking with you, I'm not fucking with you, but it's like.
But that's how the other person gonna look at it though.
Yeah.
Because when you in a situation like that, you always got to think about your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to think about the other person's perspective too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like if me and my homeboy get in a situation and I know he don't fuck with somebody, I mean, I'm not going to be seen with the person that he don't fuck with more often now. I'm going to just stay in the middle.
Yeah.
I might just stay away from both of them if I'm not going to try to bring them back together to come to some type of agreement. I'm just going to stay out of it. I'm not going to do no song with this party. I'm not going to do no song with that party until I know that it's completely squashed, because sometimes people would be more mad at the people in the middle versus you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus who the problem actually with.
No, yeah, it was wise words, bro. I wish I knew that like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Where were you at? You should have hit me up. You should have called me, bro. When you look, you didn't answer the other part when I was asking you, though. So as far as No Cap being the song that you got the reciprocation more, even though you didn't really expect it to that degree, what was a song you figured would reach people in a certain way and it meant a lot to you, and maybe it didn't get received as much as you anticipated?
Really, that song I did with Louie. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was gonna do a little more than what it did. You know what I'm saying? Even though it did do something, I thought it was gonna do a little more than it did at the time that I put it out.
Is it an effort perspective, or is it just like the meaning behind what you were putting out there you figured it would reach, or do you think it was just like the collaboration you figured would do it? Like what made you think it was going to be that song?
Really, it was just the feeling. You know what I'm saying? The energy that I had got off of it, because I had really just reached out. And when I reached out, shit, he tapped back in, but it was just the setting when he had me pull up. Joseph was there. He recording it for my first time in for show. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It was like, damn, this gonna be one of them ones, because I'm thinking they gonna help me push the bitch through the roof. You know what I'm saying? But when you learn the business and how it go, that's when you will understand how to spend your money wisely.
Yeah. Do you feel like a song could be really great, not be promoted properly, and obviously it extinguishes, or do you feel like there's always a chance whether it gets marketed properly or not?
No. That's what I be telling people. That's what they think, how easy it is a lot of people would say like, oh, bro, all you need is just one good ass song, nigga, and just drop the bitch on YouTube. It's gonna go crazy. No, bro. You feel me? It ain't gonna work that easy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that made it for real, I tell you it don't work that easy. It's gonna take a marketing and promotion team, scheme, whatever you can come up with to help you get the song in the right face of the right people. Then when they tap in and go replay, that's when you run it up. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to pay to get it across the world.
And you don't think that you can do that with almost no budget? Like, and if you do, you're basically saying it's like a lottery ticket. Like, it's a very
it's
hard
very
chance.
very rare, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, it's easy as fuck. I got a song with like 5 million plays on Instagram, but it didn't amount to nothing because it's a song that's in the background of another video that's already monetized. So the stream count went to me, but the money count went to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's always the worst. Man, it almost feels like, so you didn't get traction off it based on followers. You're just talking about monetarily it didn't work out, but did you get like engagement from any source? Like, did you get a bigger fan base?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It was like one last year around this same time, bro. This when the reels first had took off. You feel me? I was getting paid off reels and shit like last year.
Yeah.
But when I had first found out about this shit, Instagram hits had tapped some shit on my screen. Hey, like, you can get paid off reels. I post a reel. But when I posted it, it was like some silly shit. It was like somebody running in on an old lady, attempting a robbery on her or some shit, right?
Like a skit?
Yeah, like a little skit.
Okay, yeah.
Or it was something like that was viewed like on a Ring cam or something like that. So it was something that was on the Ring cam. I posted shit. I go to sleep, wake up. The shit at like 600,000.
Yeah.
You feel? I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to sleep again, wake up, the bitch at like 1 million. But my page only had like 10K followers at the time. So I just get to posting that same shit again. Funny shit. All my shit doing like 20K, 30K, you feel me? So I'm like, damn, they really coming back watching this shit. And they was following me at the same time. But at the same time, I was, damn, I'm mad I'm giving niggas this free game. But fuck it, it's Christmas. At the same time, I was mixing my music in with the funny shit I was doing.
Yeah.
So the 30K people, they had come to my page and watch the funny shit, but they watching the next video, which would be one of my videos or a link saying, go watch this. You know what I'm saying? And then as you watch, as the streams go up, like through your distro or your United, you can count it. Like, you can see them bitches going up off of it. Like, damn, that shit worked.
Yeah.
And then shit, you just apply pressure.
That's marketing, man. At the end of the day.
Hell yeah, you gotta learn your schemes and learn your ins and outs, man. Learn your cheat codes.
Yeah. Bro, I know it's like an overbeaten story, but you got to look at Jamie Foxx, like how he changed his name so people think he was a female, so he'd get more stage time. That's what he did. That he changed his name to Jamie, so like when he would be at shows, they'd be like, "Okay, Jamie." They would go to the girls first, and then he would come on stage and fuck everybody
that's
up.
crazy. I ain't never knew that.
Yeah. Think about it. He changed his whole damn name to get more time. So everybody doing what they got to do to market, go do it. Because I'm not changing my name to a girl's name.
No.
You know?
No.
I'm not about to be Alina so I can get, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't gonna get too deep into that on here. But no, we ain't doing that. We ain't changing our name.
But you notice the profile
name.
pictures on Instagram? You notice the people who, like, their profile pictures are girls? So you're like, oh, yeah, let me tap in and see what's going on. All of a sudden, it's just a dude who's trying to sell you beats. Like, damn, bro. You played me, but good marketing, G. Now I'm going to look into what you're doing.
Yeah. That's a good scheme. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I do, too. You feel me? Because you got to pay attention to what people watch. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, bro, it be some silly shit I post, like a meal I'm eating. I post my plate.
Yeah.
It'd be 2,000 story watchers. Yeah.
You ever notice that? Like, if somebody posts a video of anything, just a random thing at the zoo, and then there's a song playing in the background, everybody's like, what song is that? What song is that?
Yeah.
I think when you find songs organically, when you're not like looking for music, that's when you end up getting hooked on somebody.
It'd be that one catchy one or two lines that really gravitate, that a person can catch on, that it get a person.
Yeah.
If they hear one or two bars that they can remember.
That's how I got into Future, because my boys were, I was going through Instagram and my boys were listening to Know the Meaning by Future. And I heard it and I was looking everywhere trying to find this fucking song. And then I was like, I found it and then I became a huge Future fan. I knew who he was, I just never cared until that point.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. My big brother was a huge Future fan, man. That Know the Real Meaning. That's one of the ones from start to finish, though. He was on there going crazy. But I just heard some new Future, though. That boy was on there talking crazy. That nigga say, I still fuck on C. You feel? That nigga say he was still fucking on C, man. I'm like, damn, I know. Then the little meme post I seen, it said some shit like, this why Russell Wilson can't win a game this year, you feel me? And it had the Future song in the background, you feel me? I'm like, man, this internet shit out cold. They heartless on that bitch.
They are. I'm wondering who's behind. Like, is it just independent people, just a dude in his computer? Or do you think like there's a marketing team pushing these memes out and shit like that, bro? Do you think that's the case at all?
I don't think it's the case. I just think it's regular people at home making this shit and it's going viral.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it has to be. Bro.
That's how easy it is.
But
you post the right shit.
Yeah, for sure, bro. You like can promote the hell out of an art. You're just joking around making a meme for an artist, and you could have just blown them up because you were just fucking around with a meme. You could have just blown one of his songs up that nobody even paying attention to.
Yeah,
that's how crazy the fucking internet is, man. What's been out of everything that's happened to you collectively? I know getting played on the radio was something great for you, but out of everything you look at your career, what was the moment that was most notable to you? We always look back at that like, damn, that meant a lot to me.
It's a few moments, you feel me, way before I had started rapping, which kind of was like, showed me my destiny to be an artist before I was an artist. I had did like a year in placement, and I had wrote, like, all I used to do in there is read the Bible and write. By the time I came home, I had like 3 notebooks, you know, the little journals with the black and white cover. I had 3 of those filled up. I took them to the crib. I ain't planning on doing nothing with the music. You feel? I ain't had no money to hit the studio at the time or nothing like that. I was just writing. You feel? I had songs in there though, like full songs, bro, with hooks and everything. My OG seen this shit one day when I went at the crib and I just walked in. She like, nigga, I was reading that music, nigga, that shit. She like, it's good. You feel me? I think I was like 16 at the time. You feel me? I'm like, I just brush it off. I'm trying to hoop. You feel me? I'm like, man, whatever. You feel me? But that was a time where, at the same time, I'm like, damn, my OG fucking my writing. You feel me? And then another time was when my pops, he did 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My pops did 20 years. He came home, and I think it was like a day or two, he was in the studio with me, and I was in front of him recording. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that kind of, like, so, like, you feel like, yeah, I get to show this nigga I got this shit, you feel? Yeah. So that was a kind of good feeling. And then another feeling when my brother, my big brother, he was like my biggest supporter with the music. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga hype man, he used to keep a nigga going. But just to see that I could impress them off my words, you know what I'm saying, off just going in there really having fun, but it turned into something that I can change their life off of at the same time, change my life.
Yeah. The people around you is
my brother gone, not long live him, rest his soul.
It means like the family and the people that are closest to you matter the most.
Yeah.
More than like getting their response and their not approval, but like motivation. Like they're trying to motivate you because they believe in you, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, you got to make them believe.
Yeah.
Because it could be your family, bro. They not just going to believe in you because you do it. They got to see something in it. You know what I'm saying? They not just going to be like, oh, I fuck with it. Your family will tell you. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't have it, they would have told me.
So, yeah, and that shit's annoying when they lie to you though, for real.
Yeah, at the same time, that's why I always say that. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'll play some shit for somebody and be like, dog, don't lie to me, bro. Like my closest man. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'll play some shit and ask him. That nigga don't lie to me, bro. Is this song sweet? You feel me? They be like, yeah, hell yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, I would look at it like, you don't want a yes man around you, but the only thing I pride myself in is like, literally. So I have like 43,000 followers, right? Only 10 people of that actually known me my whole life, right? So when I see a lot of people supporting and like hitting likes and comments and all that, I'm like, bro, forget about your family and friends. Like you can always get that 300, 400, 500 likes.
Man, what? For
but
sure.
Like for me, I pride myself on the fact that literally nobody who's known me is the people who are supporting me. Because that's the truest it gets, for real.
No cap, bro. I got people supporting me majorly that I ain't even seen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When I sit back and look at the analytics, you know what I'm saying? Numbers in the analytics speak overall. You know what I'm saying? My fan base ain't even majorly in Detroit. You know, I still run down on people in Detroit. They be like, damn, bro, I didn't even know you rap. But they know I'm getting money, though, and they know I'm on my shit, basically, so they'll give me a listen. You know what I'm saying? But my fan base is really out of town. Like, right now, Atlanta fucking with me heavy. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's people that support me that I ain't even seen that I got to keep going for, not outside of my household, outside of the people that's around the corner and just going to see me at this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's everybody has their city that will represent them the most, whether it's their own city or a different one. And it's like somebody was just on here talking about how they feel like they don't get any love from their own city, but when they go to a town, it's like all love.
Man, I can't say I don't feel this. I can't say I feel the same way because I get love in the D too. You know what I'm saying? I get booked. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing paid shows since I started, bro. Since Erotic City, since RJ Lamont and all them started. Ted and RIP Cornbread, you know what I'm saying? Erotic City, back in them days, bro, they was giving me 500 every Sunday then. You know, and I only had like 2 songs.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like I get paid like $1,500 a show. So that's straight. Just to be by myself, one man army, independent, own muscle. You know what I'm saying? But I know it can get bigger.
Does the overhead change when? So you're going from 500, right? So you're just making that 500 that night, and then when it gets to 1,500, does the overhead change though? Do you have to like? You got like security involved? There's like more things you have to pay for because you're doing it. You have to spend more to the dressing and and.
I mean, at first things wasn't so wild to the point you needed security. You just needed your niggas. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like the same thing. You can have just your niggas around you for real. You gotta have somebody licensed. Have a couple licensed carriers around you that's your homies that you really trust. You know
but even wardrobe too, though. Like, the more money you're.
Oh yeah, definitely wardrobe, bro. I got so much shit, bro, that I just look at and be like, man, where did all this shit come from? But it come from that. I used to just every show, new outfit, every video, new out. You know what I'm saying? I just be on that, especially every show. Like, I just be head to toe and everything new.
Isn't that crazy?
It just feel like when you about to go out and perform, it just feel like you gotta be in something new, feeling good.
Yeah, being a rapper is like definitely not cheap, bro. It costs money to fucking do it.
Yeah, that's a rich man sport.
Yeah, man.
On the low though, this what they don't tell you. They reel you in, and to the point you just gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you ain't good, you just better stop while you ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because you go waste your bad. You know what I'm saying? But if you kind of good, got some potential, like you say, that one day gonna come with that car gonna come with them millions. They passing this shit out like noodles right now. You feel me? Shit.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting deals that you kind of didn't expect and all that shit.
Man, that's why I couldn't stop. I'm like, man. I'm sitting back, you know what I'm saying? You know, everything go viral, we seeing this shit, so I'm sitting back looking like, damn, they giving this nigga $1 million, that nigga $1 million. Shit, here I go, hey. How you doing? Shit, I'm Reesemoney. I can do this same shit they doing.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a different fucking time. More deals are out. You gotta pay back the money though. People don't know that. Like they give you that $3 million, you don't just get to keep it. You still gotta give them back.
I mean, at the same time, bro, if you're ready for a deal, you would be ready for it. You just gotta go back and do your research.
Yeah.
Really? $3 million is enough.
I wonder what they do to you if you don't pay the money back.
Shit, they gonna owe you.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't go. You goes farther than that, right? It has to go farther than that.
Where they gonna? You know.
Because I feel
but
like
no, with the money thing, this is the thing. The label come with $3 million. You gotta tell them shit. I only want 1.2 up front. Take the other 1.8. Put that shit behind these albums I'm about to drop that I owe y'all, so I know the revenue gonna come back.
Damn.
If I got a $1.8 million budget, how the fuck the revenue ain't gonna come back? Now, if y'all fucking me over on that, I'm gonna make sure it's in the contracts. You feel me? You gotta make sure it's in the paperwork. You gotta know what you going in there bargaining for.
Man.
Don't be going there with a loose chicken, just whatever. Yeah, side. No. Where the contract said, this what I want. I don't want what y'all get other artists. I want what I want structured in these contracts. That way I understand it. That way I know what I owe. That way I know things gon' go swell with the money. And shit, that's how I go.
Do you think labels know that there are people who are just totally ignorant to how that shit works and they target people like that?
Bro, you would be surprised how many grown men read and write on a 5th grade level right now. You know what I'm saying? If you was to say, write a full structured paragraph, would it, like, if you was to ask them, how many sentences is this paragraph? I bet you probably 40% get it right, 60% get it wrong.
I'm one of the people that would get it wrong for sure, yeah. So I know what you're saying. No, right. I'm dumb. You don't know.
You would get it right,
I'm
bro.
really dumb.
You would get it right, bro. Trust me.
My handwriting is like chicken scratch. But
you would look like you would get it right, bro.
So you're saying basically like people are literally walking in just fully ignorant. They're being kind of taken advantage of.
Yeah, hell yeah. That why, man, why you think it's so many young niggas throwing their life away just off picking up a gun and thinking that's the only thing they can do with themselves? You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that they is immune to knowing. That's the only thing they can comprehend. They don't know how to pick up no book. They don't know how to research and learn no intelligence to sit their ass down and really know the past history of situations, know the past people to come before you that tried the same shit type. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to spell and shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
You gotta know how to spell.
To have $1 million, you gotta know how to count. Somebody gonna fuck you over. Like, you gotta have some type of education to yourself, some type of intelligence.
No, yeah, people try to give me money for the podcast. Or do you need an investor? And after I seen everything that was happening with rappers, I was like, I don't need a fucking investor, bro. I'm not trying to turn into that shit happening to me.
Get your investors, bro. Get your money.
I don't think
Ain't
so,
nothing
man.
wrong with it, bro. You just gotta, like I say, them contracts.
You know
bro.
why I won't want to get an investor? Because I'm not, just like you just said, I'm not smart enough to know what the fuck's going on. Like, they're like 10, they already done this with 1,000 people. They already know who they can take control of and who they can manipulate and who they could do what with. I know I'd be one of those people that are like, that guy's an idiot. He's going to be fucking doing podcasts for the rest of his life. I'm going to be sitting there talking to like Jerry Seinfeld one day, like, yeah, man, in his fucking 90s. I would not sell my page. I would not sell my page for $1 million. I would
for
not.
$1 million?
No, I
it
would
ain't
not.
Worth it.
No,
it ain't worth it. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. You got a nice platform going on right now, bro. To the point, you like the Detroit $1 million worth of game right now. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
In Detroit, the Detroit drink champs type shit. Ain't nobody doing this shit in Detroit. This podcast shit, how you doing it? You know what I'm saying? And allowing people to come on here and freely express themselves, and you putting this shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the situation where you said something had to come down. You know what I'm saying? Some of that type of shit gonna happen, bro. People so opinionated on shit. You know what I'm saying? But keep going, bro. And $1 million ain't worth it for sure.
I don't know. Well, if you looked at any type of part of your career and stuff, do you ever look back and go like, these, I wish I could have changed those situations, or are you still kind of like on the wave of like whatever comes?
Mm, I don't know, bro. That's no, it really ain't nothing I would have changed. Not in the music, not in real life, but in the music aspect of things, I wouldn't have changed nothing much. I feel like I did everything to my best ability at the times that I did it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I took advantage of the opportunities that came to me. I did slip up on a couple features because at the time it was like niggas was getting so much money off rap. I thought it was a scam for a minute. You know what I'm saying? When niggas was paying niggas for features and shit like that. I'm like, man, I'm not about to get this nigga my money. He talking about send me the song. Send him a cash app and send him the song. What? Nigga, pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how they do it now. It's just lined up to where you can do it like that. You ain't got to be in the studio with nobody. You can just do. So I definitely missed out on a couple features.
Do you remember which feature that you passed up?
Babyface Ray.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm sick about it too. I'm sick about it too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I passed up on him around the time I did the second song with Keith. And I passed up on him not because I didn't want to do it or didn't have it. It was just a situation where I didn't think it was authentic. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't know who be typing behind the page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To the point I gotta see you man to man to know who I'm handing my money to. So if it's a problem, I don't get my song back, I know who to come see. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to play the Instagram game and damn, bro, we from the same city. Let me see your face. Let's work. But he ain't come at me like that. He showed me love. He definitely was responding and fluent. I started responding to him on some fucking I ain't gonna do it type shit. And then in the midst of that, he just took the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And the same with Sada. You know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity to do some shit with him when I really first started, and I didn't even know how to rap for real. You know what I'm saying? I was at their studio. I had I had Lil G up there. I was doing something with him because all of us kind of in the same age group. Shred Game on, Lil G. I had Lil G up there. We was about to do something, but I had Moan come to the east to do something with me. You know what I'm saying? Around the time, to my understanding, that the West ain't really fuck with the East like that. You know what I'm saying? But I brought Moan to Studio 17 to do a song with me. And I don't know, but I believe that was his first time there. You know what I'm saying? And Sada was there. A lot of people was there. You know what I'm saying? It was so many, I just can't peep everybody's face. You know what I'm saying? But Sada was there for sure. He was fucking with the beat, everything. I could have easily been like, damn, jump on that bitch. But a nigga was scared to speak up. You know what I'm saying? Not scared to speak up, but like, I didn't speak up. And that was a lesson learned too. You know what I'm saying? You got to open your mouth sometime when you get them opportunities available. Because I could have easily been like, bro, go spit a little 6 on that bitch. And he would have did it for free. Probably at the time because he was fucking with the song. And right after that, he took the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was like around the time Sticks and Stones was out and all that was out. And after that, he took the fuck off. I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. But it was motivation at the same time, though.
It's a learning lesson, right? To always try, because I remember, like, a lot of, even, okay, like, with whatever I got going on, to the degree I got it going on, that sometimes when people keep hitting me up, I'm going to eventually work with you. But, like, people feel like, oh, I never want to reach out to somebody or whatever, but it's like, nah, I want to work with you, bro. You just got to keep reminding me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep, try. Because you don't even know. Sometimes you'll be kicking it with somebody like, I don't even know you want to work with me, bro. Like, I don't even know you want to have me work with you on this or work on that. You got to say something. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, everybody's so afraid of being the one that starts the conversation. Like, I fuck with you, bro. I want to work with you. I want to get involved with you. Then they say, nah, or whatever. And then you feel like you got resentment or some type of awkward exchange between the two things. But in the entertainment industry, you always got to give it a shot. You know,
Yeah.
when you're talking about when you got out of jail, you said you didn't have the money to like get to the studio and stuff like that. How'd you get from the point of like, I mean, obviously, you know, that sounds like you were kind of doing bad at that time. From that to getting yourself back on your feet.
Yeah. Really, it was just putting so much time into sports. You know what I'm saying? Growing up so young and in the environment that we was in, our first goal to get our parents out the hood was a NFL or a football or a basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I was putting so much time into that. I really didn't have nothing else to feel like I had to put my focus towards, because I felt like by the time I was grown, I was going to be doing that. But when I got out, shit, I had a kid, you know what I'm saying, at 15.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when I had my son, shit, it kind of woke me up. It kind of made me be grown a little bit more. When somebody calling you saying they need diapers and shit like that, it kind of make you feel like more of a man. So from there, couple years down the line, I had a baby, you know what I'm saying, a baby girl, and that's when it just came to me like, I gotta do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get out here and get it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no aspects, because I can't have kids looking at me saying, I need, and I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the most hurtful thing to me, even though I ain't have a father that I could do that too. That's what kind of motivate me to try to do this music shit so I can stay in their lives and give them the lavish life that a kid deserves at the same time.
Nah, damn. Is there anything you want to promote before we close out?
Hustler Not Rapper, January 12th, man. It's a nigga birthday. If you don't go buy a nigga nothing for his birthday, go get that motherfucking album.
Yeah.
You hear me?
I'm going to grab a copy myself.
Yeah,
bro.
go grab it, man. It's going to be produced by Trapaholics, man. So when you hear, damn, son, where'd you find this? You already know, man. I did it for the streets. You feel me? I did it for the hood. I did it for the city. I did it for every nigga that came from nothing and pushed himself to be something, that do it for his family, that do it for his comrades, his folks. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shit, promote the whole city, man. Shout out to Trapaholics mixtapes. Shout out to Tommy too. That's one of the producers. I ain't get to the producers on the tape. I want to shout them out real quick. Shout out to Tommy too. Shout out to K Money. Shout out to my cousin Go Good Money. And shit, shout out Silent Riot. Shout out the whole gang. Shout out the whole six, man. East Davidson. You already know what time it is. Hustler, not rapper.
So, tell everybody they can find you on social media too.
YBW, Reesemoney, everything. You can find me. It'll pop up everywhere.
It was a pleasure having you on, bro. This was a fun talk, man. Actually, very educational too, especially when it came down to the contracts and stuff like that. Just giving a whole different perspective on it, even on the investors end too. But just hearing the marketing side of things, as well as really living a life that helps contribute to the music, but also understanding that there's a professional side to it.
For sure.
That needs to be accounted for every artist that's watching this to learn from that. Appreciate you being a part of this, man. I look forward to your release next, you said January?
Yep, January 12th. It'll be here in a couple weeks, baby. It's on the flow.
For sure.
You see me on the billboard near you, just go download it.
For sure. Appreciate you being a part of this. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Low Visuals, Shooting Productions.
All right, L.
Peace.